Hello and welcome to the Nightcast. This is Austin here. Today I'm going to be playing some Pillars of Eternity. I bought this game a long time ago while it was on sale, but I haven't been able to play it. And I have like 5 hours on the game, and that's it. And that's probably through multiple really quick runs of the beginning because I was super in between choosing different backgrounds. Different character classes. One thing about this game for me is that it's only got real time combat, and I'm very much more used to the turn based combat of games like Divinity Original Sin and Baldur's Gate 3. That's the kind of combat style that I'm more in tune with. And those kinds of games have turn-based combat. This is a real-time combat. There's a couple of games that kind of go off of this. Some that I've played are like Dragon Age Origins, and games like that where it's like real time combat. Um, I'm not as good at those as I am at turn based because in turn based I can do a lot more thinking. The other thing is I'm unfamiliar with the leveling in this game as to what goes to what and how the actual leveling system works. I'm familiar with the D&D leveling system, but this is a little bit it's different. It's not really a D&D leveling system, though there are mechanics that are similar. It's not exact. So, but I do like the story idea. I like the look of it, and I think that it has one of the best stories from the content that I've looked at of it. So I do really want to finish this game. And so this series, I'm going to make this a whole series. I'm going to try to beat the whole game and post it all up. One of the things that I want people who are watching to think about is if you know any tips or hints for me as the game progresses, um, if there's anything that you would want me to do, um, or you think that I should do based on what I'm going for, and you'll see that as we get into it. But the other thing is the length of the videos. So this is supposed to be a pretty long game. I'm not sure exactly how long it is, but I'm gonna start uploading it in 30-minute segments. But depending on where the um, story, basically checkpoints or important bits are, that's how I'm going to determine whether or not I should keep the pace that I'm going or I should switch it up. So, if you have any ideas on length, if you want them to be longer or shorter, let me know. Other than that, let's get started. Again, I don't remember this game at all in terms of the last time I played it. I think it was like 2017 or something like that. So let's see. I don't know if I should go with normal difficulty because again, I'm not really good at the real-time party base. So I'm probably gonna go with easy. If it's too easy, then I'll boost it up. If it's too hard, then I'll drop down to story time. But the real goal here is to get to Pillars of Eternity Deadfire, Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire, because that one has turn-based combat as an option. So I'm hoping that I can zoom through this one and get to that one, but I think this is the longer of the two. But look at this art style. This is so cool. I love this.
Five wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
All right. So, We're in a caravan. We're off to go someplace. We're gonna probably play as male. So I did make a character in the second game, so actually all of these races are in there. I think there's one extra one. Godlike or land, which are these cute little guys that kind of remind me of the Ewoks. They kind of remind me of an Ewok. Then they got the traditional elves. This one's also different. This is kind of like an orc class. They get +2 might, which is like the strength type modifier for this game. So it gives you damage and healing bonuses. And then the fortitude for defense, which I'm not entirely sure how that works. And then we've got traditional human. I almost never play as humans unless I'm going for such a specific build that requires whatever buffs humans get in these types of games. I'm probably going to play as an Aumawa. I need someone in the game to say this race's name. Aumawa. Aumawa. It sounds like somebody hurt themselves. Ow mama. What's this? Dexterity, perception, might, constitution. Oh. See, I don't like established societies as my race. I usually like to be a wild child. Notable large ears, two-tone skin, and hirsute bodies. Orlands are commonly found in Air Galfath. And I like that this game has this where you can like hover over something to see like more about it. They are known for their mental intensity and sharp senses. See, I would go for something like this. Perception, as well as their instinctive ability to pick up on details and interact. And I don't like minuses to abilities, though. I don't like that. There's also probably, I think there's sub-races here. So we're going to have to look. Children of the Kith. Civilized races who have been blessed with physical aspects of the gods. Yeah. I think that there's multiple types of these that all look very different. Yeah, there's the moon guys. This guy literally has a crescent moon. There and there and there, and there's a tattoo right there. Nature dude. Fire, and then death. And so apparently one thing about the death ones that I thought was really cool, at least they said this in the other one. Yeah, the growths cover their eyes, or in some cases their entire face, giving them a sinister appearance. So they can't see these, but I think everybody else can see theirs. Yeah, it's literally just these guys. These guys can't see this like detail on their face. They just have like a regular face to themselves, but everybody else sees them with that stuff on them. Most tolerated. We're probably not gonna play as one of those guys. We're probably gonna play as one of these guys, but I want to see what this certificate they've got. This Defiant Resolve, and then they have these little buffs. A wild one. Look at this. The original Orland who lived in the deep forest, significantly separated from the Hearth Orlands. Thousands of years, a few generic differences have appeared rapidly. Most notable, the lack of facial hair in the Hearth Orlands. Wild Orlands are commonly found in the deepest regions. I'm kind of curious to see what the other. See. These look very relatively human-like. I want to see what the other version of this is. So this looks literally just like a hobbit or a gnome, like a halfling, but with big ears. These guys are like, this looks like a tree almost. It looks like a fall tree. Even these guys, they look like almost like deer people. Like these ears turn into antlers with all this very static hair. We're gonna go with probably this, and because I read these guys, I read about these guys. In the other one, in the other game, I made the other character earlier today. I didn't record it because I'm gonna restart. I just wanted to see if the game could run and run well on my computer. Um, but let's check this out. So, conquered by Wait, I want to read their base. Largest, commonly found in or near oceans, though not truly aquatic. They have an affinity for water in many of their civilizations. The Rauatai are Rauti? Rautai? Rautai are based on naval dominance. They are known for their unparalleled strength. Man, I shouldn't choose this race because I can't even pronounce half of the stuff that has to do with them. So these guys are coastal, live in mainland region along the coast, conquered by Theatin, meadow folk, and Nataln, savanna folk. The Orlan. Their culture is more centralized and urban than other island cousins, though both groups are involved in seafaring. Coastal Alma are rarely in the drywood, but those that do make the journey usually do so as mercenaries, bodyguards, or soldiers. Towering physique, they gain bonus to defend against prone and stun effects. So they usually don't get knocked down, and they gain an additional weapon slot, which I'm not really about, but originated in Deadfire Archipelago, thousands of miles south of the Republic. What is this? A mercantile power and a former colony of a larger, more ancient nation. Okay. While physiologically similar to their coastal cousins, the coloration of island is starkly different. Brown and yellow contrast into blue, the coastals blue and green. Though still uncommon in the drywood, commonly encountered there, quite rare. I feel like you start with 2 sets, and I think this would be a 3rd set. Plus I do like these, I like blue. Blue's my favorite color. Ray's favorite color is green. For those of you keeping track, I'm probably going to play as a rogue or a druid because those are the 2 that I like the most when I play D&D stuff. And you can do spirit shifting. So this one doesn't have subclasses, or maybe you don't choose them yet. But I'm probably going to play as a ranger, and I'm probably going to do this. Let me see what else they have. So the unique classes of this one are Chanter, which is like a buffing person and a summoning person. Collective memory of wayward souls, compelling them to generate magical effect and a kind of reenactment. In some societies, chanters form organized groups of storytellers and researchers, but in most parts of the world. So they're like historians made into a class, which I think is really cool. Invocations. I'm not about magic as much because, at least in this game, it's a little more complex. And I also don't like when my skills have specific slots. Like the druid would have that, but I feel like I'd be more comfortable with it. Any other unique cipher? This is the other unique one. Oh wow, look at those. The arms look almost like glossy steel with a light on this side. It's kind of cool. And ciphers. A recent discovery in Eastern Reach. Ciphers were once called mind hunters. Have the ability to directly contact and manipulate another person's soul and psyche using an ally's or enemy's essence as the focus of their magic. Though most of the ciphers are still found in Eastern Reach, practitioners of the techniques have spread throughout the unknown world. They are gaining acceptance over time, but are generally distrusted, especially by the especially by the uneducated. I can't tell if this is a dig or if it means that other people are just more okay with them because they know what they do, I guess. I'm pretty sure that's just what that means. They understand how they work. So, are these like starting stats? I get to choose my attributes after this. I do really like animal companion stuff. I also like summoning. So the chanter and the ranger would be the 2 that I would probably think about. The druid as well. But again, I really want to stay away from a casting class with this game because I don't know how effective I'm going to be in combat in terms of being able to keep track of everybody's cooldowns and stuff. Designates a single target as prey. Damage bonus. So, and then this one, raw damage. So this is a dot. I usually like immediate damage over dots. Dots stand for damage over time, DOT. I usually don't go for DOTs Um, because I feel like they can increase your DPS if used correctly, but initially speaking, at the beginning of most games, and this is a little bit of metagamey stuff, but like this is how I play. At the beginning of most games, typically the creatures have a weaker health, like a lower health. So applying a dot to one creature might not be as good as just as because you'll waste it. So unless it's like a big health creature, you're either wasting the dot where you could just attack them twice, or you'll run out of dots when you need them. So I usually go for something like this, which is marked prey. So they get marked for 30 seconds, and I could do it once per encounter. So I can just mark somebody, the strongest or tankiest person, or the person that I just need to get rid of first. I can just mark them and start shooting at them. And then every time I shoot or my animal companion deals damage to it, um, it will deal extra damage. And I'm probably going to go with a wolf. I really like wolves. Uh, Disconnection. So, wolf companions do high damage and can more easily avoid disengagement attacks. The other one I would consider is a bear for damage reduction. I don't need terrifying. Inflict more damage when they lose health, which is not really great, in my opinion. I don't want my animal companion dying. And then this is AoE attack. Can activate a melee attack, okay. Superior defenses. So I'm probably going to go with a wolf. Do high damage so we can single target down. And that's really the target of this character. They're going to be almost an assassin ranger in my mind. That's what I'm thinking right now. Speed average, and I can summon it. There are risks to the relationship. Share a literal life bond with their animal companions. When one is wounded, the can sense it. They can sense it and feel intense emotional pain. Ranger or animal companion. If a ranger and an animal companion are knocked unconscious, the partner suffers from bonded grief, affecting accuracy until the downed ally is revived. If the ranger is ever killed, the animal companion immediately dies from grief. Jesus. Immediately dies from grief. I don't know how death works in this. I'm going to name it May. Okay, so we did that. Now we're doing attributes. So this one is apparently just direct damage. This is just a direct damage. And then this one is accuracy. So we want these ones to be kind of high. So I'm going to put those two to 15 to start. Because this isn't like D&D, in D&D or Dungeons and Dragons, for those of you who don't know, you only get your bonuses for every 2 points. So you start at 10 and you have 0. If you go down, you also get a negative. So if you start at 10 and you go to 12, you get a +1 to your rolls. So at 11, you don't get any plus at all. When you go to 13, you still have +1 to your rolls. But at 14, you get +2 to your rolls. So every 2 levels, you get a +1. When you're going the other way, when you're going down, at 8, you get a -1. At 6, you get a -2, all the way down. Typically, you're not allowed to go under 8 for standard rules. But if you're doing a rolling set or if you're doing a non-standard array or point buy method, then you can go below 8. I usually like rolling for my stats, to be perfectly honest. I think that it's really fun to roll for your stats. My thing on this one, it says that Constitution isn't important, which is health. But if you go down, your animal companion dies, which takes 2 people out of your fight. Technically. What's the max I can go? I can just go straight to 20. Can I do that here? I don't think I can. I think, yeah. So I think it's because of my racial bonus. I really do like accuracy, though. Because it allows, like, I don't know how important it is in this particular game, but typically having a higher accuracy is better than having a higher damage dealing point in a long fight. And the reason for that is if you miss and you keep missing, then you're not dealing any damage, so it doesn't matter how much like damage you're dealing if you're missing. But if you have a really high damage amount and you hit once and it kills somebody, even if you miss like 2 shots and then you kill them, if it would have taken you 3 shots anyway, then I can see why. I can see like there's methods, there's reasoning for both. So taking 3 shots at high perception or taking 1 shot at high might can equate to being the same thing if you're missing twice when you have a high might and a low perception. But in this, we can actually go up on both of them and just leave everything else pretty stable. We're actually going to go down to, and this is a habit from D&D, we're going to go down in this. I want to max out my perception. I kind of want to do more action speed. How low can we get this? We can go down to 3, yeah. That's how it was in the other game too. When I was making my character. I do want to have a high-ish dex. I'm probably going to do something like this, and the even numbers is just out of habit. Area of effect, I'm not super keen on. I'm not entirely sure why I would need for deduction, sudden realizations. Like, other than like the play aspect of it, like the role play, I don't know why I would need high intellect. I can also go down in this as long as I keep my characters in relatively safe positions. I should be alright. Dexterity. Action speed. I don't know how much action speed matters in this game, but we're going to go up in that. We're actually going to go to 18 in both. I don't want to be like really low health. I don't. Concentration. Is this a concentration spell? Is this a concentration spell? It doesn't say. It doesn't say concentration. If it's not a concentration spell, then I can just avoid concentration spells in general. Deflection. Defense used to resist direct melee and range attacks against the character that are not area of effect. Defined by the character's class level and resolve, but it may also be influenced by shields. But what does Dex then do? Dodge out of the way of AoE attacks. We'll go down in action speed. We'll go up in resolve. Let's try to get resolve and constitution higher, and we'll leave this low. We don't really care too much about that. So we'll go up. Let's go something like this. And our perception is at max, which is kind of where I want it to be. Reflex. The reflex defense allows characters to dodge. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Perception and this? They both do that? Interesting. Does anything else have an effect on I really wish something else had an effect on deflection. Kind of poo-poo. We can actually go... The will saves. This is against mental stuff, right? Yeah. We don't want to get caught by mental. Maybe we go down in accuracy. I'm thinking about this a lot. But this is kind of important. I don't know if this game has character like level ups in terms of stat increases. I don't know if this has a stat increase section, so we might be stuck with this for the whole game. Perception. I feel like we're just going to be a really high damage dealing guy, and that's it. Like if something hits us too hard, we just die. We're going to be a ranged character. I do think that will affect, like, ranged attacks are the things that are going to get us, if anything. So what if we did something like this? So we have deflection and, because if they hit us, they hit us. Like, that's really it. Internal physical systems of the character. Poisons, diseases, etc. Yeah. We can probably take a cure of some type to assist us with those. I kind of want to hit really hard though. I want to be like kind of a glass cannon-y build and hope that I get a healer pretty quickly. Alright, now where are we from? Oh, okay, so it says right here, so we can go up in perception. They got a perception. I'm sorry, I see stats first. Oh, look at that. That actually looks really cool. So let's start. Let's read these. The idea empire. I hate empires. We're out of here. Consisting of the nation, dozens of. Oh, this is where we're. This is pirate-infested islands. What about here? Plains are a large expanse of fertile savannas that are extensively farmed by human and Orlan residents. No, not really a farmer. Crumbled remnants of an empire, warring merchant nations, counting many human and dwarves among their ranks. Proud of their rich cultural heritage. Dominated by the Gulf itself is host to the Rautai. I don't think that that's us. No, wait, I think that is us. Most of them, Orlan and Dorvan, though these countries are relatively young. Some of the most advanced colonial settlements in the east, the Gulf, is a land of riches, resources for those who take them. The Living Lands is a mountain region known northern island, renowned for its diversity of plant and animal life. Its weather is unpredictable, its ecosystem very dramatically from valley to valley. Living Lands are home to an assortment of races. And large, cracked southern expanse of polar ice. The white that wends is home to pale. Oh, the white that wends. What? What? Small colonies of daring explorers, outcasts, and adventurers, while virtually no plant life grows. Hardy species of dangerous animals, forage from the sea or prey upon each other to survive. This doesn't sound too bad. It would give us an extra perception. This would actually bring us to 21 in might, which I don't know what that would even look like. But the one that I liked the sound of the most was like some small lawless settlements. I like that. I like that idea. And we're not lore. We're not an aristocrat. We can no. Hunter. For the thrill of the chase, glory, sustenance. We might do hunter. Drifter's also pretty good for us, and mercenary. So we're gonna look at those three. You never quite fit no matter where you go, each new town. Stealth and mechanics. You are comfortable on the road, traveling the world. Blade in battle is your way of life. You solve your problems by pulling out your weapon and applying force. Athletics and lore. What about a raider? On the wrong side of the law. What do you want to take? What you want, you take. What's theirs, and this comes to be yours. Kind of feeling the drifter. I'm feeling the drifter. We're gonna take drifter. We're a drifter. Us and our wolf May. You know, Max and May. That's gonna be our name, by the way. So colors. Oh, this is our clothing color. Skin color. Ooh, I kind of like that. Pants. Black pants. Shirt. We needed to not be the same color as our skin. Brown. Can we do like a dark brown? How about a red? Nope, dark brown. It is. I wish that there was a secondary color for the skin for us. In the second game, when I was making a character, I think I did something very similar to this. Because I just this is the kind of character that I would like to play in a game like this. I need to change the hair. Oh wow, that changes your skin color. Not your arm color though. Well, I'm taking head 3 then. And these guys can't grow facial hair. Interesting. Nope. I want like dreads. This is like kind of what I want. Don't like that gold in it, and I don't like the gold in that. Like, I wish that they had the similar thing to that, but without like the gold in it. It's like way too flashy looking. This is like way too flashy looking for me to enjoy it. And this, not really what I'm going for. I'm gonna go with this one. Alright, can I just say, I'm pretty sure that this guy and this guy are in the second game in terms of picture, and I think this guy too. When I was choosing my portrait, that's what it was. I'm just gonna look through them all. Oh wait, they did freckles. That's so cute. Dwarves. This guy looks like a guy in the second game. Again, I only played the beginning. Oh, look at that. These look kind of like real people, not gonna lie. Some of these, like, I can see, like, these are the death guys. Everybody else sees these things, but they don't. These are the, okay, so these are the godkin. Look at them. More of these guys. Oh, look. This one is really cool. I shouldn't be wasting my time on this. We should just, like, oh, look at that. Look at these two. Okay. I already know what I'm going to pick. I'm going to pick the guy with the hood up. I just wanted to look at some of them. They have really, really nice art for these, and I love it. Okay. Next.
Well,
I'm flattered.
let's go.
My eyes are peeled.
Just say the word.
Leading the way.
Nice and slow. I'm here.
Now I am the leader of the group.
Steady does it. Yeah. Follow me.
Let's go.
Is this Matt Mercer?
Nice and slow.
Now I am the leader of the group.
Is this Matt Mercer?
A blade in the dark.
Yeah.
I'm going to take this one. Max. I'm going to go Maximus. Usually my names are either Max, Maximus, or Aqua. And we've done it. Finishes dressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there.
He nods towards a looming black mass on the hillside, probably over there.
Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who'd be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks.
Sacred blazing
Tonight,
rocks.
everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood?
At last, the caravan master turns to you, frowning as he looks you over.
Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards, unless you don't drink water, course, which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry, about the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker. But see about refilling our water first. They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one. Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pond, so I hear.
I'll open up. So, the attributes, skills, class, race, and culture, and sex may all open up options for you in dialogue. These options are not necessarily superior to other responses, but give you a wider variety of choices to select from. The manner The manner in which someone responds to your choices depends on their individual personality and attitude. Okay. Who did build the
Different names
ruins?
for 'em. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Is it
Not
dangerous
if you
out
hurry
there?
about your business, and not if the weather
Out
holds up.
here. There is concern in his tone, but he does not elaborate, so he thinks that there's going to be a storm. What kind of weather
This
do they
time of
got out
year,
here?
rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beawick, born
Buick.
out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never cared to.
What are these huge rocks coming out of the
You
ground?
don't got Audra where you come from?
Adra.
Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories. It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days.
Or maybe it just grows really, really slowly.
The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
Yeah, that sounds kind of spooky. I'll go see about those
Hold
berries
on.
then.
Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot.
I'm assuming it's
If
this
you drop
person
dead,
with
I don't
weapons
want to
in
be
their
looking
hand.
for the body. Got a schedule to keep.
He scans over the travelers, resting his eyes on the sturdy armor-clad woman who has spent the journey's nights sleeping on uneven ground without a blanket or pillow.
Kalisha. Kalisha!
The woman looks up on her own
He
time.
needs to find some spring berries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
Alright,
What
Kalisha.
kind of guide says something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, what kind of god says that?
Kind you can afford.
That's true.
Don't listen to her. You're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything. Off with you. Aiden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
You heard the man. Let's get going
Understood.
before we
Okay,
pull
first
over.
things first, we can zoom out.
Right.
Okay. What's this? Party AI is active. Okay. I have one mechanics.
I'll get it open.
I don't have any lockpicks. Okay. Scouting mode is used for both stealth and for finding hidden items like traps and secret containers. While scouting, your character's selection circles will start to fill with yellow when the character is starting to detect them. Once the circle fills with yellow, the character is suspicious and will move to investigate. While circle fills in red, circle becomes fully red, your character will be discovered. The character's ability to find hidden objects based on his or her mechanic skill. Higher mechanic skill. Okay, so I'm glad that I think I took mechanics. Yeah, I took mechanics. Moving toward a character accelerates how quickly they will detect you. If you actually touch the selection circle of a character with your own, you will immediately be detected. Okay. We don't need the stealth. I just wanted to look around for stuff. I could talk to people.
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries. I've
However,
a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road.
scratches. Knuckles covered with uneven stubble as we add car values.
Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Yeah, let's see what you got. Do you have any lock picks? I don't think you can search in this. He does have lockpicks. Do I have copper? I do. Okay, we're gonna just... I'm sure... Okay, wait. Okay, we only want 2. Or 1. Sure. I'm hoping that I can get in with 1. What's this? It's glitching out on me a little bit. What's that? Giant miniature space piglet. Alright, wait. I gotta look at my inventory now. What the heck is a giant miniature space piglet? Oh. Ring. Oh, look. Stores lighted trade. Look at that. It's a pig. Whoa, what's in here? I wonder if there's a time limit on this. Oh, there was a lock bit in here.
I've got it.
I'm bad, but it's okay. Yeah.
Finished.
Minor endurance. I don't think that was worth it, but... Oh, I got XP for it. It was worth it.
Something else you need? I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
You now have one rank in a disposition reputation. These reputations represent how people perceive your personality throughout the world. Even seemingly nasty reputations will be favored by some people, and benign reputations often bring out the worst in certain people. No disposition is inherently good or is inherently good or bad in Pillars of Eternity, but if your main character is a priest or a paladin, you must be careful not to misalign their dispositions, what is favored by their deity and order respectively. For the main character only, their disposition will modify effects of holy radiance if you're a priest, and faith and conviction for paladins. Huh. Interesting.
Because it seemed friendlier than Raed Saris? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
Interesting. Out here. Tell me about the
It's
Adir
not as big
Empire.
as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Raed Saris and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire, a fact our companions are quick to remind me of.
He gives you a lopsided grin and nods at the other scattered caravanners. Deerwood is how you say this. Okay. I was wondering.
Huh?
Okay. Anything else to pick up? Exploration is key. As you make your way through the eastern reach, open the area map to see what parts of the map you've already been to and explore what's left. Okay. So this is the area map. Oh, dude.
I'll have your water soon enough.
Stream's not going anywhere. That's a lie. Oh, I can... Can I... WASD? Oh, nope. D just actually increased the time. Speed. Well, here's water. Like, can I just get it myself? Tab key to highlight. Oh, tab highlights interactive. Okay. Oh, right there. Okay.
This is recent. Not good.
Yeah, that's not good. Footprints around the campfire are distinct. It may have been here for days, but... Okay. That. Dry cap, okay. Ingredient. For something. Probably crafting later. Okay, we're just gonna walk. I already interact with everything over here. Doesn't look like there's anything up there, so I'm gonna click up there. So, I really like the look of this game. A little weird on the way that the camera moves. It's like a little choppy. I feel like the frames are weird or something, or the game itself. I don't know. I know this came out for PlayStation. I think I have Pillars of Eternity on PlayStation. Oh, I forgot to zoom back out. Yeah, the first one I think I have it on PlayStation, but because it was like really cheap. Okay, so I have a couple of things set in terms of combat and pausing. So we should be able to just tell everybody to attack this. I don't really know how abilities work. So we have attack, select all as backspace, scouting, camp, formation. Can we do this right now?
Right.
So we can do this right now.
Let's go.
Okay. Pausable real-time system. Because you will often manage more than one character at a time, it is a good idea to pause the game, issue orders, and resume real time to see the orders play out. The options menu also contains... Yeah, so I did a couple of the automatic pausings when I was looking in the tutorial before. So I kind of want this one to move over there. Because these two haven't been seen yet in my arrow character. Okay. Friend and foe have 4 primary defenses: deflection, fortitude, reflex, and will. These defenses are based on the character's attributes, level, items, and other effects. Accuracy is compared to the appropriate defenses when an attack is made. If accuracy below the targeted defense, attack suffers a penalty roll and is more likely to result in a miss. If accuracy is above, the attack is more likely to result in a crit. Okay. Damage reduction. Difficulty hurting an enemy. Try switching to a weapon or attack that does different damage type. Most enemies are strong against 1 or 2 damage types and weak against other. Okay. We're gonna continue with that. She's now just gonna attack. And you're gonna come around the back.
What?
Or engage, they immediately stop moving. If they move again, they will provoke a disengagement attack when the enemies engage them. Your characters will also automatically engage enemies when they initiate attacks against them with melee weapons. Takes damage, they will start to lose endurance and health. Their portrait will begin to fill with a red overlay, and the health bar to the left portrait will slowly start to decrease. Portrait as it fills entirely red, the character will be knocked out. Potions and spells can be used to restore endurance to keep the character in the fight, but health can only be restored by resting. Okay. And I think that was it.
Mm-hmm.
So pause is space, it looks like. Okay, we did it. We got a wolf hide. And oh, there's the berries.
This is it.
I might be able to up the difficulty now that I kind of... When I played this last time, I hadn't played StarCraft yet, basically, is what I'm trying to say. You're kind of a mystery to the rest of the caravan. Just some kind of wanderer, the way I hear. Because I'm a drifter. Okay, so that's the tagline. Sure, I wander into the lives of fools, talk them out of their money, and wander back out. You have to be when people are looking for you. So this is, I guess... If you ever get stuck, open it up. I think this is like where we can kind of make our own story here as our character's backstory. So, yeah, I'm gonna be an orphan. This is like gonna be a super dumb... It's like all of these are just like super edgy answers. I'm probably gonna go with the orphan one though. It would explain why I just wander around and how I became a wolf companion friend. Gonna be bad at talking to people. Yeah, how is it you happen to come here? I burned down the orphanage to get out while I could. Never had a place called home, still looking. My parents got what the hell. I am a self-made orphan. Oh my god. And now I'm leaving it all behind. Still looking. You've got a lot on your mind then. Hopefully things work out in the end. They don't always. Been a long time since I've been this way, but I always did like it. Lord Radrick's offer makes a girl think. I'll give him that. You're here to settle like the rest of the lot? It's hard enough to pass up. I hadn't given it much thought. No harm in that, might as well see the place. So you must have some other plan in mind for coming along this way? I hope to meet someone and fall in love. Probably the same thing I did before. Looking for an adventure, getting into trouble, looking to find some new friends. For me, it's either 5 or 1. Probably gonna go with 5. Going to find some new friends. I'm gonna meet someone and fall in love. I don't want to scare you, but the ways of some of these rural types, like, you might want to reconsider that. Lots of sideways teeth and hair sprouting from unexpected places. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. The demo will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. Why are you here? My sister moved out here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried, but that's how she always is. This time, though, she asked me to come out, and that's got me a little worried. I haven't seen her in ages, been doing guide work, but I'd do anything for her. She's a much better woman than me, so I'm here and we'll see. Got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work lets me live that way. My family wanders too. Started in Deerwood. My parents ended up living in the Living Lands. I've got a brother in a Rautai and another in Adir. My sister in the Gilded Vale. She's the only real homebody. Not much for history, but from what I know, it used to be part of the Adir Empire, broke off some years back. The locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. Alright, let's get back to camp. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath that they're getting us the water. He does what he feels like, when he feels like. We should check up at him first, slap him around a little. Streams just down that way. Come on, let's get you your water. Okay, we'll go get my water. But first, let's quickly look over here. Oh, nothing. Anything up here? Path winds narrow canyon. Okay, we're not going that way.
We shouldn't stray too far.
Okay, the guy was right here who's supposed to get the water, but he's gone now. Okay, so maybe he is getting the water. Probably has to go to this side because the rocks are too high over here. You're over here, guy. You could have just got it right on this side. He didn't have to go. Oh. Now I'm just exploring. Anything down here worth noticing? Oh, what's that? Travelers or looters or bandits? Bad sign. Anyway, figure it. Or it's just cold to touch. Smell putrid, dark bloodstain for smirch. Smell clothing. What do we got? Other armor lockpicks. We'll have to look at the armor and stuff later. Because... Okay, we're going over there. I'm probably going to increase the camera pan speed. I saw that was a thing. Yeah. This much. A little better. I might up it again. Oh.
What a surprise. Sparfle went hunt.
Full water skin added to the stash. Out of the trees merged Sparkle. One of the guys barely discernible in the moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, but is changes to his gait. His stride wobbly as he moves toward you with labored breath.
Sparfle? Are you alright?
Sparkle's toe catches on a rock and he collapses forward and keeps a feathered arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag. He's been shot. He's been shot from behind.
Ambush!
Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. The wolf is going to attack there, and she is going to attack there. And this is a hunter. So the chances are I could probably kill this guy before I kill the other guy. So we're gonna try that. And I'm probably gonna mark her. Sometimes use a weapon or spell isn't well suited to penetrating enemies. Damage reduction. What's happening? You right there. You move there. Keep going. Okay, you need to attack here. Is her weapon ineffective? I believe that her weapon is ineffective. Yeah, her weapon is ineffective. And... oh, that one's dead. Okay, we can kill this guy now. Everybody should be okay. Okay, we gotta turn off one of those auto pauses. Oh, it's this one. It's the auto pause at its fixed intervals.
Come on,
Okay.
we have to get back to camp.
We're not getting back to camp until we loot these guys. They could have better stuff than me. It's not allowed. I also increased the loot section thing to include like 8 meters. It starts off at a default of 4, but I'm like, if I'm looting, then everybody's probably dead. I hear fighting.
Stay quiet.
Let's go!
See if the wolf can get in there and attack him. Oh. The wolf is actually very stealthy. Oh, wait. Wait. Go. Everybody's dead! Puts the back of her left hand to her mouth as it's a word away. A handful of dark figures stands above fallen, treading on limbs back. Axis. One of them towering. You recognize as lay down your arms, trespass no for a fight you will lose. Why have you done this? You have trespassed in a place which no mortal man is worthy. You are trespassers and plunderers all. You see? We didn't do anything. Like, we literally didn't do anything. Yeah. He shoves him to me. He does so. The man rakes his blade against. Man sets his feet to engage you. His axe rises high. Alright. So this guy, you need to move over a little bit. Oh no, wait, you're not dead. You're like at 29 health. You're like pretty okay. Alright, you're gonna go distract this guy. And the animal companion, our wolf, is gonna go over there and fight this guy. And I'm going to start shooting at this fella here. And we're actually also gonna do this. Wait, wolf, you need to go fight. Oh, I finished an ability. We're gonna turn that off for now. Finish this ability. Yeah, we're gonna pause. Turn that off for now. Everybody go in the right spots. You need to be attacked now. Kill the guy with the shield. That guy's dead. Good. You guys attack this. You attack this. You attack this. And he exploded! A crit is better than a hit. They are more likely to occur when the attacker's accuracy is higher than the attacker's defense. Grazes are worse than hits and suffer decreased damage and effect durations. Attacks that inflict status effects afflictions will have increased duration on a crit. Ah, I see. Alright. Your enemy lies spine up on the ground, unable to rise. His companion now sits silent, rather wheezing. The gods are just. I am ready. Oh, it's a bivouac. The wind begins. Seat against the wagon amidst the howling maelstrom. Great effort, he raises his side.
Get inside!
Can we save him on the way? Can we loot on the way? There's loot here. My pig is there. That is a really weird. You swing yourself up onto the ledge. The gale threatens. Straining against the gale that threatens to pull you off your feet with every step, you set your hands in worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up the precipice. With the last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the edge. Eodan trails behind you slowed in by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rock, one of his fallen attackers who had been feigning death lunges for Eodan and tosses him onto the rocky ground. I'm gonna grab a rock and throw it at the guy. Your aim is true, and the hit jars Eodan loose. Lurching to his feet, Eodan clambers up the base of the rocks. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But diving out onto the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it, securing his other hand. You pull within waning strength, and it feels as though your arm will be jerked from their socket. They hold out just long enough for Eodan to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. There's a deep resonance into the swelling wind. Now you feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight. Wow.
Was that?
A bivouac. Had to be.
Then we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside. Can you walk?
She eyes the ragged slash across Eodan's belly. Eodan tightens his jaw, he nods.
Yeah.
Okay, what's this? Bruised ribs. Strange illness. Oh yeah, I did get a strange illness. Okay, I'm gonna save it here. This seems like a good time to stop it. I know that we only have probably like 20 minutes of gameplay. I don't know how long we were playing. A lot of it was spent in character creation. But the next episode, this episode is probably going to be an hour long just so I can fit all of that into one. And the next episode will probably have a half an hour episode or a half an hour part. So, this has been Austin from the Knightcast. I hope you had a great time. I'm going to be uploading this probably pretty soon, but I'm going to keep playing and probably keep recording. That's the movie magic. I can put these out a week apart and you guys would never know when I played. So, have a great rest of your day. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and think about checking out some of our other videos. We do Magic the Gathering content and we're trying to spread out and do different things. If there's a kind of video or a kind of game that you would like to see, definitely drop it in the comment section down below. Have a great rest of your day. See you next time. Goodbye.